we're just going to reconnect with Jason Sherry. This will be a two-part. I'm a big fan of Jason Sherry's work, so obviously I'm going to draw it out and try to get a chance to talk to him longer. Hopefully Jason comes back. Let me see. If anybody has any questions, keep asking questions. It's really great to have audience engagement. That's the whole reason we're doing live videos, is for you people to ask questions and get involved, because otherwise we won't be doing live videos. There's no reason to do a live video. Hopefully, maybe Jason doesn't want to come back. I don't know. Yeah, lots of great questions so far. And I hope we will be adding some of Jason Sherry's work to the Bread and Salt Artist Store. So let me just add Jason. You're back. And you have that plaid thermos.
Yeah, I love that thing.
I bought one of those because of you.
It's like working class, I think.
It also reminds me of The Jerk. I don't know.
Mm.
But let's get back on track. I guess we were talking about, what were we talking about? We were just kind of getting into Talk Talk and the origin of Talk Talk and collaboration.
Yeah.
It's funny you just say yeah and you kind of leave me hanging. I want to show this clip that you've been sharing too. Like, let's talk about how in depth some of these video projects you're doing. I wish I had the permission from you to show the process. You just gave me like a sneak peek the other day of, you have a studio at Bread and Salt, and it's a very awkward small studio, but you use it for set building and things like that.
Yeah. And it's kind of, yeah, this was pretty tough. I was shooting this the other day, and I feel like I needed a wider lens because I couldn't get far enough back from it. But it's working out. This is just
the studio.
Yeah, this image is just from my iPhone. Like the real image is on my good camera. But
right. So tell us what is going on in this image. Like, break it down if you don't mind. You can say no.
Yeah, no, I'll break it down. This is just a piece of the video that I was making in the residency, 3.5 years ago. This is like another part of that. So this goes with that.
Like the origin of the Pizza Planet and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that goes with that Papa John guy.
I don't know if people can see, the base of that orb is pepperoni pizza.
Yeah, hot glued on there.
Hot glued pepperoni pizza. And you're using it like a sculptural material. I imagine you using it like you're using clay or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I would have to kind of tile it together, and I would put hot glue on the back and then smash it on and hold it on.
Are you wearing gloves?
Yeah. Yeah, because that pizza is disgusting.
So what about the interior? Did you, as a kid, did you have like railroad models, or were you model making, or what?
No, I never did. I never did any of that until like a few years ago. It's just, when we were doing Antarctic is when I started making miniatures. I'm like, this is so cool. And I just kept kind of doing it. And actually, one thing we skipped at Bread and Salt, before like Ice Gallery was in there, Matt and I helped Matt make the pinback video that was in there. So like,
right, that was really early on at Bread and Salt. That was like, doors not even open to the public.
Yeah.
You guys came in and did a pinback video. Where can people see that video?
I believe it's on Vimeo on Matt's page.
And you helped to produce that video.
Yeah, like I made the costumes and like did all the art design and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like the miniatures.
I mean, it's crazy. You've just had like leaps and bounds from going from photography and collage to just like this moment of inspiration to just go like full production, cameraman, you know, director, producer, costume, set design, all that stuff. Was that just like a moment of inspiration that you just had all these things you needed to do? Like what, you know, what
Yeah,
got you to that?
I think that's what I kind of always wanted to do, but I never really had the resources or like, I think the training necessarily. So like it kind of culminated to where I could do this stuff now.
Mm-hmm. I love this image of this planet. You know, it looks so legit. And if people could like see the behind the scenes of what this looks like, you're using like the most basic materials.
Yeah.
Like you're using paper backgrounds. It's like such old school stop motion, like early film, like King Kong style filmmaking, right?
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Like that cloudy part on there is just the cotton that came out of like, I got some new like supplements and I pulled the cotton out of the top of the bottle, and that's what that is on the top of the globe.
Yeah. It's incredible. It's really cool. And also animatronics are all part of what you've been doing. And is that just from the Tok Tok realm? I wish it would not crop that, but this piece was huge, right?
Yeah. I mean, it got bigger and bigger the more like servos that I put in there to make it animatronic, you know?
So is it all just the necessity is the mother of invention kind of thing? Like I know you had this at Ship in the Woods. Did you just have, is it just like, what's the next thing? I'm going to the next thing.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I want to do this, so I'm going to figure it out. And I want to see this realized, which is a salad lady.
And this salad lady has a movable mouth and also a speaker or speaking element, or?
Well, we would have a friend of ours do the voice, and it would just be over the PA while it was happening. And then I would control it with a remote control.
Oh, so it's almost like just puppetry, like old school puppetry kind of thing?
Yeah.
You fooled me. I do want to see if I can show this early Tok Tok set where you just do this kind of quick walkthrough of the original set for Tok Tok. If people could just look at the construction that you did here, and you also were just buying things that, you know, it's all an aesthetic decision about the chairs or the pedestal or the elements in the room. They're all these aesthetic decisions that are just so you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those chairs I got at Consignment Classics, it was like I was going through there and looking for chairs, and I found these, and well, these are the weirdest chairs I've ever seen, and I had to buy them and paint them green.
Yeah, Lee just said that's Julius Caesar. I think you're forgetting some of the names of your characters. Salad Lady, this is Julius Caesar?
Julia Caesar, yeah. That's...
This is a video I took earlier from your Instagram of you blending the VHS in a blender.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aubrey just said Mystery Science Theater. I mean, I forgot about Mystery Science Theater. Were there elements of, like, say, that TV show or things you were watching that were inspiring to make you kind of go after it?
Oh, yeah. I was watching that this morning, actually.
What's that?
I was watching that this morning, Mystery Science Theater. I watch it almost every day, actually.
Did I ever tell you about the guy that was the garden manager in La Jolla for the Museum of Contemporary Art?
Uh-uh.
His name was Tano. His last name is Hanale, but I think he has since passed. I don't know what he's doing. He was the garden manager at the Museum of Contemporary Art for 25 years. And I wish I could have told you this because it's all been demoed, but he had a shrine, I'm not even kidding you, to Mystery Science Theater in the garden behind a door at the Museum of Contemporary Art Sculpture Garden. Was a door you would open up and it literally had a backdrop that he painted on the bricks that said it was the set. He built the set where they would talk, and he had the built characters there that he had hand built.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and that was like at the museum. Nobody knew it was there. Only the maintenance department knew it was there. He never told anybody about it. It was the weirdest thing. And he was such an amazing character. I love that guy, Tano. That's the side weird story. I just want to show some other weird things that you've done. You guys are obsessed with your cat.
Yeah. Yeah, she's right here.
This cat cake cracks me up. She's like, yeah, I'm right here. Tell us about like your obsession with these cats that you have and just these characters that you've created and all these things.
She is one of the most unique cats I've ever met. She does all these things that are unexplainable. Like she will talk when you sneeze. If you sneeze, she's basically saying bless you. Like she'll talk. And she just does the things that other cats don't do. And she looks crazy. So I don't know why, but every sort of holiday, I will make something about her to give to Lee as a present.
I love this cat float that you did. And
yeah.
I wish I could have found the mask. Do you have the mask of the cat?
Yeah, I could show you.
Yeah, please. Or put it on.
It's a little dusty,
yeah.
but...
But yeah, I mean, just the obsession with the cat. This is an interesting question. Have you ever gone beachcombing and used seaweed in your creations?
No. Not yet. Seaweed's kind of gross, right?
Seaweed's gross, but not
meat.
Just to kind of show a couple more pieces. This is a piece that you had. Was this for another auction or?
Yeah, that was like a Ship in the Woods auction.
You know, I just want to say, like, it's nice to donate work, but, so many times all of us, we donate so much work for auctions. I get kind of like donor fatigue of artwork sometimes, feel like some of the only shows I'm in are donations, to auctions, but I'm just trying to
look at it like as an excuse to make something new. And then that's how I feel good about it.
So we all might not be included in a show in 1 year, but we have at least a couple auctions to look forward to.
Right.
Tell us about also the chemistry of, fooling around with doing this kind of thing.
That was just, I had the molds made for another piece that I made out of VHS tapes. And I'm like, what else could I shove in this mold? And I thought about erasers. So I went to a bunch of 99-cent stores and bought a bunch of those pink erasers, and I melted them in a fry pot, for making French fries.
Mm-hmm.
And it was terrible, and I won't ever do it again. But I made one piece that way.
Was it just like a chemical disaster or what?
It was just because I was basically burning them. It was just smelly.
Yeah. Can you tell us about this record series? This is a piece that I bought from you a few years ago now, but I just love the visual of the whole thing. It's, not only is it just striking and, it's got this interesting shape and color. Tell us about what it actually is.
That was born, the first one of those I made was kind of born out of frustration. Like I was working on, I don't even remember what I was working on, but it wasn't working out. And so I had records in my studio, and I had a heat gun, and I just started melting the record over an axe. And I was just like, I'm going to make something totally metal. And I melted a record over an axe, and I spray painted it red. And that's the first one I made. And it was like, that's pretty nice. And so I kind of kept making it. And the act of melting the vinyl just makes it, and then painting over it with like a glossy paint, you just get a surface that's really like, it's like jellyfish or something. Very nice.
Yeah, and then there's also this weird, choose your own adventure kind of thing where you have who the artist is on the record. So this is a Carly Simon record,
Right.
with the label that everybody remembers, the Electro label with the butterfly on it. If you collect records or anything, but it's like this fun choose your own adventure kind of thing where the viewer can just make up their own narrative of who, what, where, why kind of thing.
Right.
That's how I see these pieces. And I actually remember you had some other ones you wouldn't sell me. I think I wanted one of the axe pieces and things like that. You had you had a Dio axe, I think is what it was. And you were saying that it was sold or something. Maybe I should buy another one. Where are we at now, and what are you doing? I mean, you've been a framer for how long?
I don't know. What year is it?
Why did I stump you that hard?
I had to do addition. 25 years now?
25 years you've been a framer. And if anybody asks in San Diego, where do they go for framing stuff? I mean, I always say, talk to Jason or the frame maker. There's different levels in framing. We all love Wonka Gallery too. And it's like, if we want to get something, to be the best presented piece, we'll definitely go to frame maker and suggest it. And we all know that it's going to be going to you most likely. But since the whole COVID thing, you haven't been able to work, right?
I worked a little bit. We had a couple projects that we finished up after the store closed. The front was closed, but I had a couple of projects, but no.
So what have you been doing, and what has happened in your process of transitioning out of, not being able to go to work every day and being able to work in the studio? Are you actively working in the studio? What are you doing right now, and what's happening?
Yeah, I've been good about scheduling time in the studio and then time editing video. And then I started building a new website for myself too.
Remind me one more time, what's the Talk one?
That's talktalk.show.
Talktalk.show.
And then I have a website for me too, jasonsherry.art.
I saw that.
Yeah. And I've been working on that, color correcting photos and stuff for that.
Yeah, people don't understand all the kind of hard work it is to do all that stuff. Well, I hope that you're going to be sending us stuff for the Bread and Salt Artist Store. I don't know if you're interested. It's a great place where right now we're offering, 100% of the sales go to the artists. I suggest everybody that's watching go check out the Bread and Salt Artist Store. There's also the Honka book that we just launched, and those are selling. So it's pre-order for the book. But is there anything else that we're missing about what's going on? What are you doing next? Is there shows that were postponed, or auctions that were postponed, or things that you were working for?
I did make a piece for the MCASD auction.
Right. So did I. And
I saw yours at the shop.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I know they went. I'm at least hoping they send it back to me framed if they're not going to use it. That's a drag.
That's postponed, right? So I don't know. I'm just going to work.
That was the next auction I was going to be in, and I was looking forward to it. But so you were going to do that, and it's postponed indefinitely. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Well, do you have plans to leave San Diego, or you're hunkered in and you're going to try and make something happen here?
Yeah, I don't have plans to leave.
Do you and Matt ever talk about pitching Talk, or does Matt try to do that to a network, or to try to do internet shows, or what?
We have a little bit, he's tried to push it to people he knows, but that also, when we did Antarctic we got pretty far with that as far as pitching it in Hollywood. He went to pitch meetings at Adult Swim and FX and Amazon and stuff.
I like that you said in Hollywood.
In Hollywood. He went to the Hollywood sign, and then he took a shuttle from the sign to the studio.
And I want to talk about something that we didn't talk about. I hope Bob Matheny's watching. He's asking, or he asked when it was. I didn't see him join, but I don't know if you want to be able to talk about that. I don't know what Bob would think, but you just made a coffin for Bob for a performance he was going to do that was at Quint Gallery that got postponed.
Yeah, I just finished that coffin right before the pandemic was like in full swing.
Yeah, and I know Bob also got sick and he ended up in the hospital, but Robert Matheny we're talking about, but he was going to do a performance at Quint Gallery, and you made a life-size coffin for Bob.
Yeah.
And it's just pine and green felt, right?
Yeah. Green felt, yeah.
I can't remember. There's photos of it on, I think, Bob Matheny's Instagram. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But did you treat that as a commission, or did you have an artistic spin on that?
So he left it up to me how to construct it and how to design it. But it was, I mean, he commissioned me, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. That, I mean, also the morbidity of that didn't turn you off.
No.
Yeah. Said with a smile. I saw a photo of you guys taking it out of your van.
Yeah.
Well, are we missing anything?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, as long as you feel good about it, I think we should end the video, and I'm gonna put this on YouTube. It'll be a 2-part, and thanks for talking. I mean, you're definitely one of my favorite San Diego artists, or, you know, beyond San Diego, you know.
You're one of my favorite.
You're just saying that.
No way.
Full of beans. And I don't know what it is. It's a thing about San Diego. Why are you not like exploding and doing all these, you know, massive things and, you know, making a living as a professional artist? I don't know. It's beyond me. Your work is beyond affordable right now. Like, there's plenty of reasons to just be able to pick up some of your work. And I hope you put it on our artist website. So I'll be sending you a reminder.
Okay.
But in the meantime, I'm going to end the video.
All right. Let's end it. Let's end the whole thing.
Now's a good time to end it. Maybe that coffin might come in handy. I don't know.
It can fit too. I'll get in there with you.
You're saying you want to end it with me.
Yeah.
That's the nicest thing anybody's ever told me.
I know.
I'm going to consider it while we're here, and if I decide to end it, I'll get a hold of you.
Okay.
Okay. And that's a perfect way to just end this whole thing. Thanks for talking, Jason.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
So that was really fun. Jason cracks me up. And just a reminder, tomorrow is Belize Iris Day. Belize is going to be talking to us from her home. I believe she has a studio in Tecate. No, am I saying that right? In Tecate, I think in Baja. But I'm not sure if she's able to be there or where she will be. But after that, it's going to be Tom Driscoll. We're talking with Bucky from Roots Factory, and I hope I'm saying that right. But she's going to be talking about the original Bread and Salt radio station and what they're working towards in the future. We're talking with Adam Manley and a few other people, so we're going to be putting all the stuff on the Bread and Salt calendar. And I encourage everybody to go check out the Bread and Salt Artist Store and look at Ponka's work that's still available from the main gallery. Ponka still has work available in our store. And also, we just launched a book, so you can pre-order that limited edition book with Ponka, where there will be original drawings in the book with signed copies. So it's a pretty neat special thing. So yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in, and I will see you tomorrow.